So we're in Clovis, California. We just finished installing a bidet, which is the Lux bidet. This was provided by the homeowner. And so it's installed over there. It has cold water from the toilet stub out, hot water from the sink running through the cabinet. You can see that there. And so here's the tubing that comes up. This one had nice quarter turn on, quarter turn off valves. And you can see here we had to get a little creative because it's trapped. The trap is in the way right here. And so we just took a little shorty stub up. I got the adapter mounted for the hot water, tied it back in, gave you a new supply line on the hot side up to the faucet. Cold side is yours, so that's your valve and your cold supply line. So you got hot water running to it now. And we're going to the other bathroom real quick, take another video, and then we're going to go out into the garage and set the pump. So here's where we have the crossover valve. This is going to ensure that you've got hot water. So these are back-to-back sinks, back-to-back bathrooms. You can see down there we've got a Grundfos kit right there. It's the comfort valve. And then of course the existing water lines you can see on top, 1/2 inch connected. So these hot and cold water lines that go up to the faucet, those are yours. That's not ours. So we tighten it back down. And then you had old school multi-turn valves in here, which means multiple turns off and on. They dripped a little bit. We tightened the packing nut down, and so you're in good shape now on the hot and the cold side. You can see there's the hot side. And so those little adapters, I think those are Lasco, 1/2 inch iron pipe by 3/8 OD. We had to do that to get over to our connectors. And so this is a brand new connector on this side. That's a cold connector that loops around in a circle right there and comes back down into that crossover valve. And then same thing on the hot side, loops up and around, and of course down to that crossover valve. So what it does, that hot water pushes from here, it goes straight through the valve into the cold water side and goes back to the water heater. And so that's what recirculates the water. And we're using a Watts pump out there. We'll get that on a timer going 15 minutes, every other 15 minutes all throughout the day. And if that doesn't work for the bidets, then you just switch it over to on and go full 24/7. Second bidet, in here you can see the line runs through the cabinet and then comes over, ties into the second bidet. So now what you've got is full hot cold water there. You adjust the temperature every time you use the restroom. You should have warm water there, so no shock to the under system there. Anyways, we're going to shut the film down for right now, go out, get the water heater pump installed, and then we'll take another video when we're done. So still here in Clovis, California, and the first part of the video, it shows you the 2 bidets that we installed, purchased by the homeowner. Also shows a crossover valve on the sink in the master bath, and no crossover valve in the sink in the hall bath. The reason being is that would be too much recirculation for that area because they're back-to-back bathrooms. We did run a hot water line from both of the sinks over to the toilets, the bidet seat, so you could have warm water there, and then you'll have to go through the documentation on that and make sure that you're familiar with the functionality of that bidet. Out here what we did is we had to take the nipple out of the wall. It's the pipe that was in the wall. It was just too damaged. It's too old and decayed to connect our brand new stainless steel line to. So we took it out, got you a brand new brass nipple, a brand new brass 90, then a little short brass nipple. Here that we got a 3/4 inch Falcon stainless steel connector. These are a full 3/4 inch inside diameter. They're the largest in the industry. They're super flexible, and they're expensive, but we like them, so we use them. Down to a Watts pump. We actually purchased this pump, and it was straight out of Home Depot. So we buy them Supply House, Home Depot, wherever, but Watts pump is what we use. It's set right now. The timer's on, and it's on at 15 minutes off, 15 minutes on, 24/7. We're trying to keep hot water at the bathroom so that when you use the bidet, you'll always have warm water. If that functionality does not work for you, just take that little white indicator right here and switch it to on. Keep in mind, if you ever lose power, you'll have to reset the clock. It's super easy. You pull this plastic cover off, grab the entire dial, and you turn it in this, you can see it right here in this direction. You turn this dial until that arrow points at the time of the day, keeping in mind this is AM and this is PM down here. So we've looked at a little brass extension right here tied in, no dripping. It's a brand new water heater, and it's a Rheem, not brand new, but it looks relatively new to us. The only complaint I would have for whoever installed this is take the time to give us some new plumbing. You leave an old valve in, it drips, and corrodes or cuts loose and sprays, and it damages your new water heater. New connectors, they're like 10 bucks each. 20 bucks for a valve, $10 for a supply line. Put some new vent in, very cheap. New relief valve line going over there. Just things like that. We're a little fussy when it comes to that. You got a gas valve here that's just older than the hills. Those tend to leak. Once you get a leak, PG&E comes out, shuts your gas off until you get it repaired. All of those items, one at a time. If you ask someone to replace a line, you're anywhere $150 to $200 to come out and do that for you. So we just do it, 95 bucks up front, all brand new. Shutoff valves, connectors, everything. But that's my nit and pick. Anyways, that's on. We just need to document what we did out here for you. Any trouble, give us a holler. We'll come out right away, take care of it. Outside of that, this installation is done.